What's going on, y'all? This your boy Ryan back with another video. Um, yeah, we back. Another video. Let's see. Before I start, if you're new here, my name is Ryan Johnson. I'm a professional bass player. I play bass full time for a living. And before we get started, I want to let you guys know that I am going to do a giveaway. So, like I said in previous videos or my last recent video, if you haven't watched it, make sure you check that out. I'm endorsed as a B. I'm endorsed by some really great companies, and they just try to get me. I want to be a blessing to at least two of you guys, right? So it's gonna be 3 steps to be part of this giveaway. Let me tell you what I'm giving away. I'm giving away a pack of SIT fusions, the strings that I use on my bass. So there'll be 2 winners. So each winner will get a pack of SIT fusions and a free pig hog cable. I don't know the length yet. It might be 25. Like, the more length, the better. Pause. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just easier to have more cordage when you're playing. So it might be a 25 footer or it might be a 10 footer. I don't know yet. You might get both. You never know. You got to see and win. So the first part to enter this giveaway is, for one, you have to be following me on Instagram. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram, it's right here. And then the second part, I'll tell later on in the video. And then the third part, I'll tell later on after that. So you got to stay in to watch the whole video. All right, so today's video is talking about tone. I've been getting a lot of DMs. First of all, shout out to everybody who has DM'd me asking questions. I think a lot of people probably hesitate on not hitting me up, asking me questions. But if you hit me up, like, and you're watching this video, if you've hit me up and you've DM'd me, asked me questions, please let everybody know in the comments that I respond and I answer every single question. I don't care what it is, I answer every single question. So please let them know that I answer questions. So again, if you have any questions about anything that I'm talking about, please DM me on Instagram and I will answer every single question. And these guys will let you know that I answer every single question. All right, so back to tone. So it's a video that I posted and it's doing really well on Instagram. This video right here. And I've been getting a lot of questions about, like, how do I get that tone? Like, my bass is real, I like aggressive basses, so it's real growly, if that makes sense. So my chain that I was using in the video, so when I record, I'm a stickler about tone, recording tone. I know I was talking about my bro Reggie a lot, but me and him are tone, I wouldn't say junkies, but we care about how we sound, especially when it comes to recordings. So my chain, I have a Neve 1073. I don't have the warm audio. In my eyes, bro, like, if you're gonna invest like your hard-earned money into something, get what you actually want. Not, that's what my wife tells me to do. Like, get what you actually want. Don't cheap out on anything. So instead of going with the warm audio, I actually have a Neve 1073. If you know anything about the Neve pre's, they're just amazing, especially when it comes to saturation, not distortion, saturation. They kind of sound similar, but it's a little bit of that aggression that you get out of a Neve, especially when you push it a little bit. And I also have it's a cheap compressor that I got for free actually, so it's a blessing. It's a Clark, I want to say 76 compressor, but I don't really use a compressor to smush anything. I use a compressor for limiting. I think anything over 3 dBs is kind of stupid when you're playing bass, so I put my compressor on 4:3 ratio, and I limit it to about 3 dBs, just to keep me in the box and keep me clean. So a lot of bass players, I don't know if you guys know about the Cali 76. I know my brother Reggie has the Cali 76. It's a compressor, so especially when he does live recordings playing bass, it really keeps him inside the box. So those two things kind of help, but I will say, like, if you watch some of my Instagram videos, I don't have that Neve setup. So it's really like the bass. And I hate to tell you this because the truth is, it's really in your hands. I had people tell me that before, and I was like, no way, bro. Like, I can get the same preamp you got. I can get the same pickups you got. I can get the same bass. But me playing my bass versus me handing my bass to Tim Ramsey, it sounds completely different. And I brought Tim up because he's one of my good bros. I've known him since 2014. We both started playing at the same time in 2014. Of course, through his big brother, Matt Ramsey. I'm gonna drop a clip of Tim right now.
Guitars. Josh, all right, can you do that for me? Okay. Now, Elena, I'm gonna need your help. Do you think I can say something and you can repeat after me? Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna give you a phrase, and then it's gonna be your turn. Understood? All right, let's see if you can do it well. Okay. I don't know if you're new around here, so let me make this crystal clear. I might be down, but I'm still back. Yeah, how about that? Okay, your turn. I don't know if y'all do right here. So, hey, Miss Crystal, I might be down, but I'm so bad, bitch. But you can be happy. It's so hard. Gonna be my baby. Kissing my thighs. You never how you feel. I'm gonna cry every time.
So this clip that I posted when I was in Houston, picking my kids up with my wife from her parents' house. Tim is in Houston, and he lives not too far. So we got up, and so we would, shed, and I'll pick a song, I'll play a verse, Hampton the bass, he'll play a verse. And everybody knows about like the Matt Ramsey, the Tim Ramsey tone. Like, how does Matt get that tone? How does Tim get that tone, right? And I had his bass. He set his bass up how he usually EQ it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's playing it, and it sounds like the Ramsey tone. He hands me his bass. I'm like, cool, I got the Ramsey tone. No, I had the Ryan tone. So my hands don't sound like his. You know what I'm saying? So the main thing is, realizing that the tone starts here. I will say, though, over time, my tone has changed, and partially because of where I place my hands, right? When playing bass, I play a little closer to the bridge. Not right on the bridge, but I'm definitely on that back pickup. Even though my blend is still in the middle, but I'm on that back pickup. EQ-wise, I'm flat. My performance, it's a hot bass. I love that bass to death, but I rarely, if anything, I might add mids in there. Another tone trick for you guys that's rocking cabs on stage, like it's cool to have a cab on stage, but don't think the audience is going to hear your cab. I mean, if it's a small venue, cool, but if you guys are fortunate enough, and I hope that one day you make it there to get that arena gig or that tour, or even a theater gig or tour, you know what I'm saying, that you think that your cab is going to be what the audience hears. It's not. Just nip it in the bud. That's on stage for you to hear. And half the time you rocking in-ear monitors, right? So don't be trying to blast the audience with your cab because it's not going to translate. I mean, the front, 5 rows, people might hear it. Anybody after that, like, you get washed out by the actual auditorium system, or, line arrays and subs and all that. So the main thing for you, and then within all that, you're only sending a pre-signal to front of house, meaning any EQ that you do on your cab does not go to front of house. It's a flat signal. So front of house is going to do whatever they decide to do with your signal regardless. So you're fighting a battle that you're not going to win from the jump. You better pray to God that you have a great engineer with a great ear and who likes drums and bass, because they'll put you in the front and I have everybody else, with them. But for the most part, it's a battle that you can't win. So thinking that you are going to have, oh yeah, I got a 4x10, this, and I got a 1200 watt head, and it's a da 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 da. First of all, it's a whole nother video. If you want to learn about ohmage and cabs, drop that in the comment. I will talk about cabs and ohm loadage for everything, because most times people have a 410 cab and it's an 8 ohm cab with like a 1,000 watt head, right? With an 8 ohm cab, and yeah, you have a 1,000 watt head, but with that 1,000 watt head only pushing out 8 ohms, you're only getting half of that. So your 1,000 watt head is only pushing out 500. So that's why you see most people run 2 cabs, 2 8 ohm cabs. That's another video. If you want to learn about ohmage, drop that, and I'll do a whole video talking about ohm loadage, and I'll show you my setup. Because it gets 4 ohm, 8 ohm, 4 ohm cab with it. It's just, anyway, tone. So thinking that, that your cab is going to, give you tone. And shout out to my bro Anthony Nemhard, because we talk about cabs a lot. Some cabs color your tone, right? So what you hear on stage is definitely not what you hear in the house, right? So, for example, when I go fill in for Reggie at Forest City, at Travis Green Church, most of the time, if Reggie's setup is not there, which he has the Aguilar AG pedal, right? I love that pedal to death, but even then, I think that's a pre-send signal. And not in my ears, I might hear something else. That's a bird. I'm like, yo, I hear stuff falling out of trees. But anyway, so out there, it's a pre-signal that's still going in front of the house. Or when if his setup isn't there, I take my setup, which is just a Neve DI. Which Neve DI that I have? I don't have the little one. I have the bigger one. I think it's like 375 on reverb. So if you want to know which one it is, it's the one that costs 375. To me, that's the best one. I think the transistors and their sound similar to the 1073. Like it doesn't break up like a Avalon U5 would, because it's a tube. Tubes usually kind of break up if you push too much. But like the Neve, yeah, that be again. The Neve doesn't break up. But even with that, the only thing that's coming out of that is whatever comes through my bass, right? And so for there, I'm sending a flat EQ, and so all the tone is in my hands. Part 2, how to enter the raffle, man. So remember the first part was you had to be following me on Instagram. The second part, type in the comments, do you prefer a right angle cable or a straight cable when you're plugging in your bass, right? So the right angle, if you know what I mean, the right angle is the one that has the 90-degree angle, and so it plugs in and the cord kind of contours to the shape of your bass. The straight cable just plugs straight in and it just sticks out, and it's kind of annoying for look-wise to me. But if you prefer a straight angle cable or a right angle cable, drop it in the comments. If I see that, then I know you're still tapped in, so you're on part 2, and we're gonna keep on going. Where were we? So tone, back to tone. Another way to change your tone, so preamps and pickups are capable of changing the tone of your bass, right? So my first bass that I purchased with my own money was a Ibanez BTB, and this is like in 2015. The first bass that I used, Trey starting his first tour. I used that bass on his tour, and I'm gonna post a clip here. But that bass, as soon as I got that bass, the first thing I did was mod it. I hit my bro Anthony Nemhard up. I'm gonna drop his IG right here. If you don't know who he is, then you're not a bass player. But he's not. He doesn't gatekeep what he uses in his basses. He'll tell you. And like I said, so backstory, if you guys like, yo, how do you get cool with like Matt Ramsey or Anthony Nemhart? So me and Matt been friends for a very long time. Matt thought it was cool that I did martial arts. If you don't know, I'm a 4th degree black belt in martial arts. I fight. I love to fight. Inserts clip here.
Extend that punch on the blitz.
Woo! Good kick, boy.
Two here. That's to help you. Go. Go! That's a punch. That's a punch. One here. Go. That's how you punch, son. Go! Come on. Come on. Come on. 1 point.
Keep your mouthpiece in, baby.
So friends on Facebook, he hits me up, like he was like, yo bro, I think that's so dope. This is like way before Kirk, way before anybody knew who he was. I will post a picture. I still might post a picture, but like we look young and crazy. And I was like, yo bro, I think it's dope you play bass. I'm trying to get into it. And he was like, yo, any questions you have, let me know. So he's the reason why I tuned a whole step down to A. So I've been playing in A since I started playing bass, so that's why I tuned the way I do. Because I would hear, you know, him hit notes or Daryl Freeman hit notes, and I'm like, yo, what note is that? And not, you know, not knowing, you know, I'm green because I'm coming from playing drums. I don't know the difference. So he was like, no, I tuned a whole step down. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. And so he was real helpful. And another person, Anthony Nemhart, again, he was super helpful. Like, even though he's like a good bro of mine, like I was a fan of his first, and we just happened to be cool. So, insert clip. His preamp of choice, and he'll tell you, so I think I'm cool with saying this, is an Aguilar OBP3 preamp. The homies know that's, if you ask me what preamp to get, that's the preamp I'm gonna tell you to get. It's an aggressive preamp, you know what I'm saying, but if you EQ too much, it colors the tone of your bass. So it will change the character of your bass depending on how you EQ it, so you have to be real careful about that. So the Aguilar Pre will change the tone of your bass if you EQ it too much. If you go through my Instagram, not necessarily my Instagram, I'm gonna insert a clip. Cool, insert a clip with my Ibanez. So that's with an Aguilar pre, and I had custom bar pickups when I was endorsed with Bartolini. I had some pickups made just like the old Tobias, so they were reverse parallel. So they had a little more spunk to them. But like the Aguilar and Bart pickups, for whatever reason, they just work really well. That was a great bass. That bass sounded good. I played on some records with that bass. I've let homies borrow that bass, and they played on records with that bass. Like it's a great bass. And if you if you go through my Instagram, that bass mods, the colorful one, that if you watched the last video that I gave to my homie Shad, same setup. Aguilar pre, Bart pickups. They just work. For whatever reason, they just work. Reggie has the same setup on his one of his 4-string basses. The same setup. Shoot, both basses, a 5 and a 4. Aguilar pre, Bart pickups. They just work. They work well together. For whatever reason, they pair really well. I think Aguilar pickups are great, but paired with an Aguilar pre is almost a little too much, right? So I don't know if it's the harshness or it's just like it's something like a high mid thing that I don't like. So I'm cool on that. So, but Bart pickups, Aguilar pre, they always work. And yeah, there are other pre's out there like the John East. That's a very aggressive pre. It has a lot of tonal capabilities, and it's almost, if you don't know what you're doing, especially with a 4-band EQ, if you don't know anything about mid-range, high mid, low mids, that's not the pre for you, because you'll get it and get lost. Another pre, Mike Pope, that's another great pre. It's a super aggressive preamp, but it's also 4 bands. If you don't know anything about mid-range, do not buy that pre. Quick short run of mid-range. Do what mid-range frequencies do I like to use? I'm a low mid guy. I hate high mids. So if I have a 4-band amp, like which my Aguilar AG700, the V2, high mid completely off. If I play a GK, the RB1000 or the 2000, high mid off. And I just get that low mid, that low end growl, like that rosewood ebony fretboard, the low end growl, like it's chef kiss. What's another way to work on tone? The type of strings you use. How often are your strings changed, right? So yeah, I use the SIT Fusions. They're a little more, the Fusions, Fusions like as bright and not bright. So it's right in the middle. Another good brand, Elixirs. If you get some Elixirs, everybody know Elixirs last for a lifetime. You rarely have to change strings. You could probably go about 5 months without changing your strings with Elixirs. The nickels, if I was to get it 130 to 45, Elixirs, that's a great string. They're bright, they give you that zinginess, right? It helps with tone. Where you decide to play on the fretboard, that determines your tone, right? So if you're a middle of the neck guy and you're afraid of open strings, right? Since I play in a whole step down, so my low B string would be an open A, ADGCF, right? So if I have a song that's in A, I'm gonna play where the open string is. If I have a song in F, right? So that's my first. That would be my first dot on the fretboard. There's open string things that I can do or see I can do to make it, sound a lot better versus playing in the middle of the fret, which it kind of dulls out the tone of the bass, if that makes sense. So like you playing, for you standard guys, right, with the 5-string, you playing a, what is it, BE? So you playing a B, right, you're playing a E on your B string, right, versus an open E. That's 2 different tones, right? So that the E on your B string, all right, it's a little more subby. So I would use that for like the subbiness if I want the Pinot vibe, right? But if I'm trying to smack a person in the face, I'm open string all day. So I will say definitely get comfortable with playing open strings. Like if you're not comfortable with that, work on it, because it changes the whole vibe of everything. Even when you play high notes, right? If you go past the 12, me playing this high note on the 12th fret, working right here versus playing on like the last strings, like I'm gonna go back tuning that A on the C and F. at GCF if I'm playing the C and the F string versus playing it on the D string. Pause. Right here, it's 2 different tones. So it's like little things you just kind of gotta work out and figure out. Like, that sounds better. You know, it's practicing. You have to practice. So you practice songs. You do something here on this D string. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you know, it sounds cool. Let me try it right here. But if it's easier for you to play it, you know, right here instead of versus down here, then play it whatever makes it comfortable for you. But if you're comfortable, that means you're not growing. If you're comfortable, that means you're not growing. So get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Part 3 on how to enter the raffle. Screenshot that you put what I told you to on part 2, because I'm not going to say it. Some people might skip through the video. Screenshot what I told you to put on part 2 and send it to my DM, and that'll let me know that you entered the raffle, and I could put you into the drawing, because I'm gonna do a drawing at random. So remember, it's gonna be 2 winners. I'm not charging you anything. You don't have to pay shipping. You don't have to do anything, and you will receive a free pack of SIT fusions and or 2 pig hog cables, maybe a 25-foot and a 10-foot. I ain't decided yet. I'm a generous person, so it might be two packs of cables, or it might be 1. I haven't decided yet. But both winners will get the same thing, so you don't have to be like, well, what if they got the 25 and I got both of you guys are getting the same thing. So there are the 3 steps. If you try to skip through the video, you won't know where to get it. Let me see. Other things about tone, I talked about cabs, I talked about strings, I talked about pickups, I talked about preamps, types of woods. My performance is ash maple. My MTD, which still sounds very aggressive, and it's a straight up Bartolini system, is alder maple. Usually you see alder with rosewood, right? Like my precision bass is an alder rosewood. Rosewood has a darker tone. Ebony fretboards has a darker. I love ebony fretboards. They have a darker tone. Maple gives you this sharp, like zingy attack in your face tone. Great for slap bass. Rosewood is great for slap bass too, but like maple ash is like that's just like the standard for slap bass. But all in all, guys, it's really right here. You can see the clips that I posted, you know what I'm saying? Like they're just different. My tone changed as I grew. Maybe because I was a little smaller then, you know what I'm saying? And maybe my fingers got a little fatter, and that probably changed the tone. How much finger, are you playing with the fingertips of your fingers? Or are you playing with more of the meat paws of like your finger? You know what I'm saying? So it determines that definitely determines your tone. I'm not gonna talk you guys' head off. Again, guys, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. I am not a closed book. I am not a gatekeeper. I am nobody to be a gatekeeper. I've been blessed to be able to play music full time since 2015. Yeah, 2015 is about to be 2026. So, and I've probably been to every state except 5. Rhode Island, the Dakotas, Alaska, Hawaii. Yeah, except for them 5 states. They're the only 5 states I haven't been to. And I've been able to do that by playing music. Did I think I would be able to do this? I actually thought I was going to be somebody's drummer. And I had some gigs playing drums, but I thought I was going to be somebody's drummer. And God had other plans, which I'm cool with. I love playing bass. Bass affects people's emotions. I have the power to change people's emotions, how they feel, and I love every single bit of that. So bass players, don't be afraid. If I have some other clips of like stuff I recently did, I'll post it. If not, I'll see you guys on the next one. have not followed me, please follow me. And like I said before, I am an open book. You can ask anybody, and I hope you guys post it in the comments so they can see. If you got comments or questions, I answer every single question. I will say though, before I end this, if you start asking me about licks or you ask me about lessons, I don't teach lessons. I thought about it, but I don't teach lessons. I know people who do, but I don't. And the first thing I'm going to ask you is how is your ability to learn music? Because if you don't have a good foundation on learning music, trying to skip the process and go straight to the licks, it's not going to work. You're not going to, I'm being honest, you're not going to succeed. You know what I'm saying? You'll get some Instagram followers when it comes to playing in person and people realize that you have a terrible ear and you have a terrible ability to learn music. That's going to be an end of you. You'll just be Instagram famous. So, yeah, work on foundation. If the music is there, if everybody is turning corners and everybody's doing the same thing when learning music, you do it too. Don't skip the process. So learn music how it is. Don't bypass it. If it's 4-6-5, don't just sit on the 4 and then play the 5. Hit the 4-6-5. That's another video. If you want to learn more about that, let me know. But again, guys, my name is Ryan Johnson, professional bass player, and thank you.